everybody, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. I am Jenny Meyer and this is Consider Jennifer. I wanted to talk a little bit today about having family dinner. I don't know why, but somehow I'm in this place right now. I think maybe it's the holidays and I'm just thinking a lot about family things and traditions and meanings and memories and moments and all of this stuff. And so I wanted to take a little bit of time to discuss family dinner. Mostly because it's something that I've actually struggled with. I find that as a mother, I have a lot of pressure on me to put dinner on the table every night. And if I fail in doing that, if I don't put dinner on the table every night and we don't all sit down and enjoy it and have this really great experience and this fantastic meal, I feel like I have failed as a mother. And I'm going to call bullshit on that. I think that is the biggest lie we've ever been sold. And I want to talk about it a little bit today. I want to be careful. I don't mean to say that eating food together as a family isn't important. It is important. Studies show that it is important. But what I want to talk about is what that looks like for the family that's really busy, that has crazy schedules, that can't seem to get to make it work. What do you do? And I want to share some of the things that we do and talk about what I think are the actually important parts that make sitting down for dinner as a family valuable, and to remind everyone to focus on those things and not the rule of sitting down for dinner. So that's what I want to talk about today. So dinner for me is about essentially three things. Food, good food, making memories, and intention, your intention in doing it. Those are the three critical pieces of sitting down for dinner. Without those three things, you're not getting the value of what you should be getting out of sitting down and having a family dinner together, right? Like the idea is you break bread together and it's this really bonding experience. And again, that is so totally true. But in order to get to the table to break bread, if you're having a cold sweat and your anxiety is through the roof because of how much stress you're putting yourself on getting there, and then when you do get to dinner, you don't enjoy it, people don't like the meal, it's not fun, nobody's talking, well then you know what? Sitting down and having family dinner is completely missed the point. You're not getting any of the value out of the experience if you're not getting these three things in the experience. So those are the three things I want to talk about. And I want to start with the good food thing. I remember when I first learned about what I think is healthy food, and this is, I don't want to offend anybody, and I'm trying to be it's relatively subjective, but there are some like tenet things. We all know that eating processed food or high fat, high salt content, high calorie things aren't the best thing for our bodies, and it gets really crazy and very complicated. And so I've come up with a single thing that just helps me feel a little bit more at ease and gives me the confidence that I'm making healthy decisions for my family. And that decision is as much whole food as possible. When I first discovered this, I was pregnant with my daughter. And I went to go see a midwife and we were talking about diet, and I said that I liked peanut butter, and we were having a conversation with peanut butter and how it's this great source of protein. And yes, Jenny, go and eat peanut butter, but make sure the peanut butter you get doesn't have sugar in it. Sure, not a problem. Go to the grocery store, I grabbed my favorite brand of peanut butter, the one that I've been eating since I was 2. I looked on the back of the label and I almost fell out of my chair. Like, I couldn't believe how much sugar was in the peanut butter. Why would you have sugar in peanut butter? I was flabbergasted. And at that moment, I realized how important it was to start reading the labels. Because what we think is healthy might not actually be healthy. I call this the cereal bar spectrum. And I talk about it a little bit more in my blog, so go check that out. But basically it's about really defining what health looks like and then making decisions off of that. So healthy to me means shopping the perimeter of the grocery store and not the interior of the grocery store. We limit the amount that we buy that's packaged or boxed or canned, and even though we have some of those things in our house, it's as low cal, low salt, low processed, low fat as I can manage. That's what we do. So that's the first big piece on why family dinner is important. Eating, its primary function is to make sure that you're getting good food into your body. So you have to have that in order to have the benefit of family time for dinner. That's what I think. The second thing that you have to have in place if you're going to get anything out of family mealtime is memories. The purpose of all of this is to create an experience for you and your children where you can connect, you have a shared experience, and you are bonding over the breaking of bread, right? That's the point. It's to create family memories around the dinner table. That's the benefit of it. How we bond over breaking bread depends a lot on that third piece, which is about intention. So let me explain how these two work together, right? If your primary goal is to put food on the table for your children, and in doing so, you create an environment that is stressful, full of anxiety, not great food, rushed, and really intense, you've got nothing out of family mealtime. You need the intention of having a relaxed, calming, enjoyable experience with your food that is healthy and provides an opportunity for your kids and you to share an experience and create a memory. Those three things need to exist in order for that to happen. So if you're completely missing the point of providing them with a memory that's positive, and instead, because your intention is all rushed and hurried and just trying to get food on the damn table, you actually give them a memory that's kind of not so much fun, I would argue that you're not getting any benefit out of family dinner time. I would think that your efforts would be spent better elsewhere. So those last two pieces help fill in the reason why family dinner is supposed to be good. It's supposed to be about giving your kids an experience, the memory. And you can only do that if your intention in creating the meal and setting the space is relaxed and enjoyable and fun. You can't do that if you are a busy mom who's got all kinds of things to do, who doesn't have time to go to the grocery store, who's managing 4 different people's schedules and trying to get dinner at the table at 6 o'clock so that everybody can have meal at the same time and enjoy it it doesn't work, man. Bullshit. That is not the only way for you to be able to get the benefit of a family meal time without having a family meal, okay? So let me tell you a little bit about what we do, because it's definitely not sitting down at the table 7 nights a week at the same time and breaking bread together and in sharing a meal. So we're a super busy house. We have different schedules. People are doing things at different times in different ways. And so all of us trying to get down at the table, at some point, I just decided it's no longer worth this effort. I'm killing myself. Nobody is enjoying themselves. It's too hard. There's got to be a better way. Our better way comes in three ways. First, in order to take care of that first component, we all have to eat. We have to eat every day. Whether or not we're eating together or not eating together, we need to be eating healthy food. So I always make sure that I have as much healthy food in the house as possible. For dinner time, because that is kind of our largest meal of the day, what I've been doing is using a dinner delivery kit. And full disclosure, I'm an affiliate with Gobble. And the reason I'm an affiliate with Gobble is because I think Gobble is outstanding. They have saved dinner for us. Without them, it would still be stressful to get good food on prepared. I won't say on the table. It would be very stressful to get good food prepared for my family. So using them helps me out. I save time going to the grocery store. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to think and plan about meals. And the food that I get is very fast to put together because a lot of the stuff is pre-made. And it's super, 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 super tasty. It really is very good food. So if you've ever wanted to explore a dinner delivery kit, I suggest that one. It's great. I'll have a link in the description. Check it out. We also make sure that when we're not using one of those meal kits, we have leftovers or other healthy tidbit things that people can grab at their leisure. And that's typically what dinner looks like for us Monday through Friday. The food is there, it's ready, it's all out, and people get it and eat it as they can. Frequently, I will eat at the table with just my son, or I will eat while I'm working and my partner is eating while he's working, and my son has eaten earlier, or my daughter is eating earlier because she had a larger lunch, or whatever it is. And so Monday through Friday typically looks like that. Now, I do want to get those other two things out of dinner, the memories and the intention. So what we do and are able to do is we share meals more frequently on the weekends. We have a larger lunch Saturday and or Sunday. Sometimes we'll go out to eat with everybody together. That's so much easier for us because we don't have to prepare the meal. It takes a lot of coordination to prepare the meal when you've got a bunch of kids, and some of those kids have special needs. So going out to meals helps take some of the pressure off of that. The other thing that we've started to do that helps with those memory things is, we find different ways for us to have shared experiences. I've mentioned that we go for hikes. That's something that we're still doing, that we continue to do, that we enjoy doing together. In addition to going out to dinner, we go out other places. We like to travel, which has been very difficult this year, but even if it's just walking around town and looking at something new around our local area, or taking a little drive up to, the mountains or something like that, and then coming back in that same day. We do those things, and those are our shared experiences, so that we're still having them. It's just that they're not always happening around the dinner table Monday through Friday night. That is what allows me to set the clearest intention for making sure that I'm preparing the space for the memory to happen. I have found that it's been best for us for me to not put that pressure on me. When I do that, it leaks into everybody else, and there's just more anxiety and stress in the home, and ultimately it creates an icky experience for everybody. Nobody wants to sit at dinner and be awkward and uncomfortable. That's not fun. So those are the things that we do to kind of offset that, but you have to have dinner time together as a family. I think having dinner together with your family is fantastic. And when you can pull it off, it's amazing, and it's so much fun, and there's laughing, and there's sharing, and there's talking, and it's great. And you know what? Those great experiences, your kids are going to remember those experiences. Personally, I made the decision that if that wasn't the experience that I could give them the most often when we sat down, that it was better for me to find other ways to fill in those gaps, so that when we did sit down, the overwhelming memory is positive instead of outweighing the positive meals with all of the stressful and anxiety-ridden meals, trying to get everything done simply for the sake of thinking that it needs to get done. This is your life. It's about the intention behind what you're trying to do, not just what you're doing. Otherwise, you're just following rules that might not be helpful for you. You don't need to do that. This is your life. Step out, be on purpose with choosing the things that work for you guys, so that the outcome is the most positive and supportive and helpful and healing and healthy that you can create. That, to me, is what family dinner is supposed to be. If you struggle to do that on Tuesday nights because there's soccer practice and clarinet lessons and therapy sessions and whatever else you've got going on, dude, don't do it Tuesday night, and don't beat yourself up over it. There's no reason for you to do that. Like I said, I call bullshit on the guilt that we feel in thinking that we have to have dinner on the table for our families 7 days a week. So that's what I wanted to talk about a little bit today. I hope that it was, helpful for you. I hope you got something out of it. Please let me know if there are any thoughts or comments about it. I'd really love to hear what you guys have to think. And, like I said, more information about this on my blog. And you can always follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Consider Jennifer. So until next time, guys, make sure that you consider your life and be on purpose. Bye.